Hey guys, how's it going? I hope everybody had a great day today. Mine was pretty good because I had a good cup of coffee and a winning trade to kick the day off with. And, that statement couldn't be couldn't be closer to the truth. Some days all you really need is a good cup of coffee and a winning trade. Makes you forget about all the troubles of the previous day, all of that baggage that you are not supposed to bring into the next day that somehow finds its way in. It just makes all that disappear. So it was a pretty good day today. Even though I had to go to the doctor, do my stress test, I still had a good day. But today was a real good day. There were trades both ways. On our watch list, like yesterday, everything was to the long side. Today, doesn't matter what stock you picked. If you did the opening range breakout, you got paid. If you did the opening range breakdown, you got paid. It was just a real good day. The market was real receptive to what we do. And the 2 or 3 days a week that the market is that receptive, we have to take advantage of it. And I feel we did that today. So we're going to take a look at our trades. But after the recap, I'm going to answer several of the questions that I've been getting the last week about the small account deal. So if you're interested in that and you're following me along with me in that, I'm going to wait to the end. So those of you that aren't interested, you can cut it off after the recap. Those that are, I will answer those questions at the end. So today, I chose out of the stocks that I was watching, I chose YY because I traded this after market yesterday. I traded it in the earnings. If you were in the room, after I came back, you saw me trade this. Didn't really get the move I wanted, but it was the trade that brought me green. I was red by maybe $100 or so, and that trade actually brought me green. So I was looking at this as a short because I had this descending resistance here, and I felt that was going to be in play based on what we did yesterday. But I was surprised this morning because we had gapped up, and we were trading above this. So I said, well, hey, maybe this is a long. So I had set up a long trade over this level up to around 142.50, 143. But I still had my short plan in place because that was what I was looking at coming into the day. But there was real nice opportunity either way. There was blue sky going up, and there was some really solid targets and a nice window coming in. So my thought was, if I was going short, we had the 20, we had the 50 here, but this would probably be the bottom, around 125.50 or so. I was going to look to, see how it reacted around these levels. But this I thought was going to be the floor today. And, that was the mentality I had going into the market. So what I had to do, I had so many trades on this, I had to split it up, split the chart. So I've got, before one, and then I've got after one. So here's the first trade. Yeah, I could have got in on a washout. That's not really my strategy. Besides, that 135 level of where that ascending resistance was coming in, I wanted to get below that anyway. So I just said, look, I need to be patient today. Let's wait for this 5-minute candle to close, and then let's go to work. So I get in, and automatically this is working a lot faster than I anticipated. I was wanting to get in up here, but because I couldn't get my order right, I had to mark it in real quick, and then just still a decent trade because this is the 5-minute opening range low right here. So I'm like, I'll base it off of this. My max, my line in the sand would be a close over VWAP, but this is still a decent entry. It's not excellent, but it's decent. And so I got covered some down here halfway between my first target, which was the 50-day. So I covered some here. It got caught between two orders here, but covered some here about halfway down, around 130, and covered some more here at 127.80ish or so, and just waited to see if we were going to get through this because I covered a little bit early here. And I'm like, well, let's see if it gets through this 20. If not, I'll just take the rest off and then we'll reset. But I got it down to this 125 level and took it off here. And waited to see if we were going to bounce. I honestly and truly thought we were going to bounce off this 125. Now, I didn't look to take it long because we had these moving averages from the daily chart sitting right here. So I was like, no, this really isn't a long trade. Maybe once we got over this for a move back to VWAP, but I wasn't buying into resistance. And so when it showed some more weakness and we got under 125.47, I went ahead and shorted it. And this was going to be a short trade. All I wanted to trade on this was this window from 125.47 to 123.13, and get those 2 points. Take half off, halfway down, take the rest off at the bottom. So that worked out according to plan. When this started to show more weakness, what I should have done was waited, but I didn't. I got in down here, and this was the loose, the first loose trade I did on this. This was a more anticipatory in nature because I needed to wait for this candle to close, this candle to open, and then show me some movement below this level. So this messed up trade opened the door for this trade and this trade and this trade. So this is over trading. Okay, had I not, and it all happened because I had this one loose trade. Because there shouldn't have been any trading in here whatsoever. There was no setup, no entry on this until, somewhere over here. Or if I got in, I should have got in on this level here. If I'd have got in, I wouldn't have been stopped out. I could have held through this and then started taking this move down. So this one loose trade brought in all these tickets. Now, if I was in Sure Trader, this would have eaten me up. That just would have ate me up. But this is stuff that I've got to clean up, that, I've got to stay focused. I know I didn't know how much I had made, but I know I made a pretty good penny. That this was a hell of a trade. So getting loose, thinking, hell, I'm trading on the house's money now, caused all of this. So this was probably scratch altogether. Just a scratch trade, because I did make money on one trade, on another trade with 2 little stop outs. So all of this pretty much broke even. Then I got in where I should have gotten in to start with, and traded this down. Was waiting for this to get to the 90 day here. Because we had gotten through all of this, I'm like, well, the next stop is a 90 day. So I was waiting to see if we could get through to the 90 day on this trade, but we couldn't. We pulled back, so I took it off up here and just let it run itself back up. You know, if it went back to the VWAP or whatever, just let it go. So that was my morning session. I had to leave, you know, right around in here to go to the doctor. And on the way, you know, this order got hit, and, you know, I went ahead and took it off here and just kind of waited. You know, I had to kind of do my thing. But it felt pretty good. I was, you know, pretty pumped up. I guess if I had messed up real bad and stressed out, I probably would have not done well on my stress test. And I wasn't even thinking about this then. This here, I analyzed, you know, while I was putting this together, and just realized that this was just a bad deal. And it all started with one loose trade. And all of this fallout came because of that. So, got that filed away. All right, so now we're over here. This is all, we've already talked about this. So now, you know, I'm done. I'm kind of hanging around waiting. I wait for this to come back. I short it under the moving average. You know, and at this time, I'm at the doctor's office and I'm typing in chat. This is what I'm doing. You know, and I'm typing in what I'm doing. I got short here. Took it off here. We seem to be having trouble. So I ended up taking it off because the price action just wasn't inviting. So I ended up taking it off, and this popped back up, and I had to take this off at break even. And once we came back, I shorted it again, blah, 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 and ended up getting stopped out. And the last trade on here was, I don't have it. This was when I was going to pick my son up. You know, I always like to get in and, you know, see if we get the late day fade. And we got it on this stock here. Oh, here it is. It is on here. Or is it? What is this? No, this isn't it. I don't have it on here, but that was the trade while I was on the road. And I took it off while we were sitting in the McDonald's line, you know, trying to get him some food. We sat in there 20 minutes, so I was late getting back. Didn't get the trade earnings. Would have probably made another $600 to $1,000 on earnings on URBN, but wasn't here in time to catch it. But that was my day. 2688.07. You know, I probably had 8 tickets that I shouldn't have had I not had that loose trade. But it didn't kill me. You know, it didn't kill me. So really happy, really pleased with today. If I can get another day like this Thursday, you know, Wednesday or Thursday, I'm good. You know, Friday I'll probably be pulling out early. I got to drive to Pennsylvania. You know, so I got that drive to look forward to. But another day like this, I might spring for some late plane tickets. I know they're expensive, but give me another day like this, I might do it. Alright, so that's going to do it for my recap. And now for the questions that I got about this starting and growing your small account. This is, I better add small on there. How about that? Didn't have small on it. This is, first and foremost, this isn't a challenge. Okay, this is real life. This isn't me trading in a fantasy account, playing games or trying to win a contest or anything. This is real trading in my real small account. And this is money that I need to pay my bills with. Now I will be swing trading out of my swing trading account. I may take some all-day holds in that account, but I will be day trading out of a small account. And this is, it's a serious thing. So the question I get all the time that I've been getting is, why am I starting over in a small account? Well, it's to help the traders that I work with every day. When I started mentoring and all of this, it started helping new traders that are starting out like I did, didn't have a whole lot of money, was really handcuffed, and didn't really know what to do. You don't have $5,000 to pay this guy to learn how to trade, or $3,000 to this guy to learn how to trade. You don't have that. So you have a small budget every month that you could invest in your trading education. So I'm like, why not start a community? And at one time I was selling the classes, but then I realized that's kind of that contradicts what I'm doing. So the guys that bought the classes have lifetime access to the classes, whether they're a member of chat or not. They have lifetime access. Everybody else, if you're a member, if you're an active member of the chat room, you get access to all the classes for free. As long as you're an active member. So the whole thing was trying to help everybody that I can. Now, I can't do it for free because I value me and I value my time. Now, I'm doing it for a lot less than what I'm worth, but I do value myself. I do value my time. It's time away from my family that means something to me. So I've got skin in the game. You've got skin in the game. It makes for a perfect scenario. So no, I can't get rich off of this. I mean, you add the numbers up. I can't. That's not what I'm trying to do. So I was asked to put my money where my mouth is, and that's my way of doing it. Now, the other thing is, I don't like, as a teacher, and when I was in the classroom, I didn't like standing up lecturing all the time. For me, it was about modeling. Now, yeah, if there was a teacher who they're teaching because, of that saying, those that can do, those that can't teach, you do have some people that do that. But they can't model it. They get up and they talk. Well, again, I'm putting my money where my mouth is, and I've done it several times last year. I don't mind doing it again. I'm, getting in the trenches with you, and I'm modeling what I'm teaching you. Now, do I make mistakes? Hell yeah. Everybody does. In this game, we're going to see something that's not there, and we're going to make mistakes. The market, the the chart, the price action is gonna trick you sometimes. That's just the nature of the beast. But watch how I deal with it. You know, I'm modeling how I have to deal with this thing. So, you know, that's the first question I get. Why am I starting over with a small account? That's your answer. It's a long answer, but, you know, I want to be in the trenches with you. I want to model what I'm talking about. I want to model success. I want to model real life scenarios that you're going to run into. So, you know, that's why I'm doing it that way. So how much am I starting out with? I really haven't decided yet. And I guess that's going to be based on whether I find a fund to trade out of that you guys, it would offer a better opportunity for you guys versus SureTrader. So it'll be anywhere from $1,500 to $2,500. But I am still looking. I'm not saying, okay, I don't have anything else. We're going to be in SureTrader. But, you know, being a U.S. citizen is, you know, we're kind of stuck. And this is where the hands tied come in. Now, I made it using SureTrader. Yeah, the last time I was in it there was some real challenges. But, you know, we'll see. Like I said, it's not a game. So, you know, whatever I have to deal with, it's going to be the same thing you guys are dealing with. So what broker are you using? That's the answer to that. When am I starting it? It's going to be April 2nd, the beginning of the second quarter. I'm trying to finish this quarter trading like I've been trading. You know, I want to really focus, clean up my executions, and make as much money as I can this quarter. Because I know starting second quarter, things are going to be it's going to be a struggle. You know, I'm going to go from making, you know, $1,500 a day to $150 a day. And, you know, that's a totally different mindset. So I'm going to start April 2nd, which is the first trading day of the second quarter. And we're going to do it. You know, we're going to go for it. So what will the starting and growing your small account class consist of? Well, it's going to consist of everything that you need to be focused on before you start taking trades. Number one. That's what we're working on this month. The month of March is going to be getting us set up so that when we start the classes, we're going to meet once a week. And part of the class is going to be talking about what we encountered that week. And this is a living class. So I have curriculum. I have the things that I want to cover. But as things happen in the market, the beautiful thing about the live classes that we have is that I can change. I can adapt. If something's happening, we can talk about it. We can address it. And if it's something we can profit off of, you know, God forbid, we're going to profit. You know, that's the beauty of this. So yeah, there's structure to the class. There's certain things that we're going to go over. And that's what we're doing now. You know, so if you're in, you know what we're doing. You know what we worked on. We started last week. If you're not in and you want to join in, the class is recorded. Unfortunately, I had Benzinga Charlie muted on my computer, but the recording still picked him up talking. So you're going to hear him talk sometimes, and he's a lot louder than me on that first video. But I believe it didn't mess it up so much that you couldn't get the gist of what we were talking about. So we started out and we're building these pieces together. We're putting the pieces to the puzzle together so that when we start April 2nd, we won't be fumbling all over ourselves. All right, so if you have any more questions, please feel free to ask. I'll be happy to answer them for you. But if not, you guys have a great night. And I will see you first thing in the morning. We'll see if we can roast a couple more pigs tomorrow.